Growing up, I always had this weird habit of talking down on myself when something bad would happen. Every time I would fail a test and my friends would pass the test, I'd be like, man, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'd wonder why I'm so dumb. I would study harder than all of my friends and still somehow get a worse grade. I, of course, would laugh it off with them and kind of just play it off, but deep down, I would be hurt and I would always fail these tests. Something I always told myself was that I was a bad test taker. It didn't matter what I did, it didn't matter how much I studied, I was just naturally a bad test taker. Over time, as I told myself I was a bad test taker, you know what happens next. I kept failing these tests. And it's funny because I wasn't dumb, I was none of that. Because I was pretty educated when it came to my homework. I usually got questions right when it came to like worksheets, but then the test would come and it felt like I didn't learn a thing on those tests, or I never had these types of questions. I was simply just speaking my own failure into existence. I was telling myself I was going to fail the test before even taking the test. I was taking all of the steps to prepare besides preparing my psychology. Everything you think about will determine who you will become. Another example I can give you guys is entrepreneurship, a business. Forget it, let's talk about YouTube. Being a YouTuber. Your first video doesn't get 100,000 views. Your first 100 videos don't get 100,000 views. And next thing you know, you tell yourself the next upload is not going to make it. The next upload is not going to make it. I don't know, this YouTube stuff isn't for me. Next thing you know, you quit YouTube and you're on to the next thing. Oh, this business, this clothing brand, it's not going to work out. My designs, they're not as good as the other designers. You start to fail before you've even started. If you think you're a failure, you're going to be a failure. And it's something that I've picked up very recently. Anytime I messed up anything, I would beat myself up so much for no reason at all. The way you speak about yourself and the way you speak things into existence is extremely important for your career. It's extremely important for your success in life, relationships, goals, everything in general. You become what you believe. The way you speak about yourself will determine the quality of your performance, because before you've even, like I said, before you've even taken the test, if you think you're going to fail the test, you're going to be thinking about failing that test the whole time. And you've probably already failed the test. Instead, what you should do is tell yourself that you've prepared, you studied, you've seen this content before, you know you're going to pass the test because you've prepared yourself. You should be confident, you should be ready. Every step that you took towards that moment was the correct step that you needed to take. You are now successful and you've passed the test because you told yourself you were going to pass the test. You took the actions in order to pass the test. That brings me to the next point as well. Making excuses and procrastinating is probably going to be the worst thing you can do for your career, and it's what leads to you talking bad about yourself because you genuinely never get things done. So of course you're going to expect yourself to fail because you can't even trust yourself. You need to learn the art of doing, and especially the art of doing regardless of how you feel. A lot of people attach their entrepreneurship journeys, or forget it, let's talk about something as simple as homework. A lot of people attach feeling to it. Doesn't matter, it still needs to get done, whether you're happy, you're sad, you're lazy, you're motivated, it still needs to get done. So you need to learn the art of doing. It is midnight. I got 2 hours of sleep last night. This is my second video I'm recording. I know I need to get this done so that I can be successful on YouTube. The next man, he's already asleep. I'm beating him already. I have learned the art of doing. Once you have learned to speak good about yourself and speak the right things into existence, you need to fake it until you make it. This means surrounding yourself in rich environments, surrounding yourself around successful people. Hell, if you gotta sit in the base model of your dream car and the dream spec, but you gotta get the 2008 version of it, just do it. You got the base model version of your dream car. When you're in that car, tell yourself you got that 2024 Hellcat or whatever you want. You're sitting in your 2008 Charger? Cool. Hey, this is the next step. I'm gonna get that 2024. I'm sitting in this one. Why not? Another thing I did was I got a job in a rich area working with rich clients. So now the average Joe makes millions of dollars. I am extremely used to the fact that money is extremely abundant. I have completely threw away the fact that money is scarce and the government is at fault and I was born in a bad situation. I completely stopped thinking about all of that. Money is abundant. I can make millions of dollars and I will have everything that I want. Same thing with YouTube. I've been consistent for over a year. By the way, if you have not subscribed, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers. I know that if I simply just do, there's no other outcome. There simply is no other outcome. So show yourself that these things are physically possible by physically seeing them. I do that by working in a rich environment, working with rich clients, sitting in the base model of my dream cars, walking around my dream cars, because now I see that these things are physically attainable. Like I said, you become what you believe. So the next time you're making a YouTube channel and your 10th video hasn't blown up, all I'm going to say is, duh, it didn't blow up. You're going to need 99 more of those. And then after that, you're going to need 99 more. Welcome to the life of a YouTuber. This is just how it is. If you want to treat if you want this to be your career, treat it like your career. This is your full-time job. Boom. You will reap the rewards of your hard work if you treat it with respect. Learn the art of doing. That is probably the most important thing out of this whole video. Learning the art of doing is going to take you miles ahead of everybody, and you will see success. If you have not subscribed already, definitely drop a subscription. We are working hard, boys, every single day, striving towards our goals. If you want to strive towards your goals with me, drop a sub, boys. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.